How you doing?
Well, I've always found that question quite difficult,
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna start like this.
All right. Oh, I didn't do
You're
it.
supposed to do it.
Okay,
That's it.
there you go.
All right. Let me sit up straight. You'll get to know why I'm sitting up straight later.
Yeah, you know.
Well, as promised, episode 2. Welcome back to the Visionary Stories podcast. Welcome to the segment Talkies. Episode 2 featuring, wow, how would you sum yourself up in one word? No, 2 words. 2 words.
2 words. Wow, nice question. Okay, 2 words. 2 words without taking a lot of time. Hunting moments. No, that's not describing me, is it? But I would still say, okay,
You're hunting for moments.
hunting for moments.
Okay,
that's my
so
personal tagline.
welcome back to the podcast, episode 2 of Talkies. It's with a person who's constantly hunting for moments.
There you go.
Deon, welcome to the podcast.
I'm glad to be here.
Let's see. How you doing?
Well, I've always found that question quite difficult, Just
Okay,
how are you doing? Like I always took like few minutes to answer that question, but if I'm to answer honestly, quite awkward.
Yeah? I mean, it's always, first time's always awkward.
Now, first times, even this, holistically speaking, throughout this, this period, this teenage period, this whole thing.
Everything's almost awkward.
Yeah, I just turned 17 now. I have to get my shit together.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
I mean, 17 years. Even my birthday's over. Jan.
And okay, listen. So when you actually became 17, what really went through your mind?
Nothing. It was blank.
Nothing.
I knew like I was getting old. Okay, that's there. But then I just felt like I was confused because I started losing. Like it's like when you gain control of your life. That's how it feels. But that's how it's supposed to be, right? Because you're becoming 18, you're becoming legal, all that shit.
Legal, yeah.
But then as I grow older, I feel like I'm losing control over myself. I'm gaining control of my life, but losing control over myself.
I mean,
like more as from a mental standpoint, especially. I don't know what's going on in my life. I have no idea, no clue about.
I think our lives as we grow up starts to get more complex. I really, when you think about childhood, your childhood, my childhood, it's pretty much the same. It's not
almost everyone's story is the same.
Yeah, it's especially ones living in Kuwait. Kuwait especially, it's very monotonous. There's no variation.
Nothing.
It's pretty much the same. And then now, we start to develop a personality.
Shit's getting real.
Yeah, shit's getting real. Shit's getting real. Are you censoring? I hope not. I'm gonna cuss a lot.
Let's see.
Okay, more editing work for you.
I to be honest, it took like a lot of time. But then for me, this was my editing process. I sat down, and it was 6 when I sat down. No, it was 5 when I sat down to start editing. And it went on till 9:30. The only time I recognized the time was when my sister called, telling I thought you'd put it out at 8. That's when I realized, oh shit, the time went.
Do you know there's a thing called state of flow where you start to it
just goes on.
Yeah, it kind of goes on. You start becoming less self-conscious. You only are self-conscious when something's wrong, isn't it? Like if I get a wound, I'll be like concentrated on that because it's wrong. But when you do all these things, for me, that's with photography.
For me, it's like if you love something, it'll go on.
It'll go on. Yeah. It's just.
So where did that start? Where did photography start?
Well, to be honest, photography just started as one of those things where you make your Instagram look better.
Yeah.
It started out as that. Okay, and now it's evolved into this whole. I call it self-confession. If anyone asks me what's going with your photography, I say it's self-confession. Because I'm telling you about my life. I'm telling you by the pictures I click, because this is how my process is. I don't just ask people to come and then I click. Okay, I do that, but that's the superficial level of it. In the background, when I have certain experiences, someone said something, something like that, something that touches me inside, or even hurts me. I get an image in the back.
And then that's what comes out.
And that's what comes out. And the thing with photography is the image says a lot, but I like to add the caption as well.
Actually, to be honest, I don't like feeds. I mean, like, if you're concentrated on the feed, like, what do you say? You won't be talking about what you're doing, like, at the moment. And I feel like social media is about celebrating what you are doing at the moment. To be honest, I don't like feeds, but your feed, like, that's one of the only feeds I've actually liked.
But I'm not actually even concentrating on my feed. I really don't
that's
care.
what, when people have a good feed, they don't, like, they're not concentrating on that.
No,
like any like famous photographer. That's right? Okay, yeah. I always get confused. Any photographer, like, if you see their feed, like, especially the professional ones, who are like enjoying their life, it's always color, and you feel like that's a feed. But then actually they're not giving any shit about feed.
They really don't.
And one thing about yours is, like, the caption. That's what sparks me more than the picture. Your pictures are obviously amazing.
You know what's my rule for captions?
What?
Don't make any sense. I hope, like, at the end of the day, I hope my caption speaks to one person. And I write it in such, I'm not a writer, but I do write sometimes. I write it in such a way that let the captions describe to your life.
If it's relatable to you.
Yeah, it's like a TJ vision. It might hit me, okay, but you write it in such a way, you write it in your way, but I have to interpret it through my framework, through my whole psychological framework, and then it comes out like
and not
that.
Everyone can relate to it. But then when someone does,
they don't. I mean, I get so many comments saying my captions don't make any sense, it's stupid.
To be honest, I like your captions. I mean, I find them, exactly like you said, it's like a self-confession. Like, in a way, like, if you can understand what goes on through someone else's mind, I feel like your captions would make so much better sense. So much more sense.
I mean, like I said though, I try to keep the captions as senseless as possible. It's supposed to be poetically licensed, if that's the right term. I make huge grammar mistakes just so the meaningless is somehow meaningful. That's the entire
grammar was never a thing for me. Like, people would rant about my grammar, especially my pronunciation. Like, everyone has a problem with it, but then I was like, okay, fine. And, like, sometimes I do pay attention, otherwise I don't.
Okay, so I've noticed this thing about writers, you know. To write, in some ways, it's one of the most difficult processes. It's not as easy. Speaking is easy. It's spontaneous. You can hear my words and it just goes on and on like that. But writing, you sort of have to disidentify from yourself. You have to look at yourself in third perspective when you're writing, and it's just, that's also where you lose yourself. And it
was never for me like that.
No,
for me, it was like I was going through traumas, and then that would come out as I used to write poems for a long time. So that was the base for that. Like, whenever you see, like, the rhyming and all, it's not me, it's like my mind's, like, that subconscious, it just hits it. Like, use this word instead of that. I'm like, okay, that sounds better. It's like I'm having a conversation with myself.
Yeah, that's the thing. I look at you and I see your physical body, but there are so many voices inside of you, which is like when I write poetry or whatever, I have someone telling me the poem. I'm not thinking about it. Someone's telling me. It's like that. I think, is it like that for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. But then mostly it's like there are three people when I write. One is the calm guy, okay? One's me writing. The other one's the angry dude. The angry dude's angry about all the things that happen to me. Like, I get, it's not a big deal, okay? Like, my friends go out without me, okay? They don't call me. And they're like, I missed out on you. And I get pissed about that, okay? I get super pissed about that. And then I write a wish. I don't tell them anything. I just write a vision about it. And then all the friends who haven't texted me, like, I wouldn't even care about half of them. Like, there are a few. Rest, everyone, all of them will just text me asking, is it about me? Is it about me? Is it about me? No, it's like me confessing. If you still don't get it, then I don't think so. You should ask me about it. Should like stop asking a creator what his creation is about.
I think people should ask God that question, isn't it?
Oh my, he's the biggest creator, and the creation
Yeah. Well,
pretty messed up.
well, if you've noticed, I think the creation and the creator are the same thing.
Yeah,
They're the same thing. My photography is me. I would say that. I would go as far as saying that. You might say all these writings, they contain a piece of you. I don't want to sound like this fairy wishy-washy.
No, it is true. It is true.
Speaker, but this is you, isn't it?
Yeah, this like people. Mukhlis came in the other day, and he told like he likes what's going on here. But then this is just me. This is my mind. Like if I was killed here, like this is gonna be my blood. It's kind of like that for me.
Oh, that painted a nice picture in my head.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. You know, I think what we should speak about. I think we should speak about the even, you know, when you said that your friends going out and you feel like you're not included. I think now I'm almost used to that feeling.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I've accepted the facts. Like like there are like a group of friends who are still genuine to me. For me, it's like they'll call me. Like if we are going out as friends, I'll be invited, and for the rest, it's like if they want me, they'll call me. If it's like a particular function or like something like that, like for playing or for cycling or something like that, they'll call me. Otherwise, they won't. So I'm okay with that. Now I'm okay with that. But if you asked me like 3 to 4 months ago, I would not be okay with that. I was insecure for like a big period of my life.
What do you think is being affected within us when we're not included in a friend group? When we're, you know, secluded as this weirdo that we shouldn't call. It's not even like that. It's just like...
See, to be honest, we would not care. But the problem comes because we're all connected to one thing. Social media.
If you don't find out, then you don't care, isn't it? Okay, so yeah.
Why do you feel like...
Yeah, why is it... I think it's because, you know, people generally, we like to be included. We like to belong somewhere, naturally speaking.
I feel like it wouldn't be a problem. Like we would be like, okay, they didn't call me, it's fine. But then when people put it up on like Instagram stories, and then it hits you like a ton of bricks, you're like, wait, why didn't they call me? They had so much fun without me. That's when it hits you. It's not like, oh, they didn't call me. I honestly feel like no one would care if social media didn't exist. They would like, they didn't call. They wouldn't even get to know.
Would you call yourself? I always like to ask myself that question. If I
Me?
was, would you call yourself to such things? Or is it just that you want to be included over there?
I feel like it's more of this. I want to be included. It's more of that.
Okay, now let's look at that, because I have the same experience and I keep wondering why that happens, because in my life, personally speaking, my only memory of being 14, 13 was me not being called with the older boys when they're going out or something like that. And I used to feel horrible about that. I used to feel like, am I even alive? Am I even a person? Like, oh, here I am, I exist, but like nobody gives a shit. I think with that experience, you know, you tend to rely on yourself more.
Again, like these, the feeling left out and all these other feelings, that reflects in a creator's creation.
It does.
It does. It really does.
I think that really produces the art. The whole painful situations, you could say.
That's what creates most of the...
Okay, I'm giving you one experience. Now, this is not a specific experience, this is a general experience. I'm human. Sometimes I don't like it when I'm not included in places. Sometimes I hate it when I'm included in some places. I just want to leave. I bet you have that as well. Same. Yeah. So I come home, I see these Instagram stories, and in my head I'm like, you know what? I don't care. But then I go and I check all the stories.
That's legit. Everyone. Everyone's like, no, I'm not. Who cares? I have better friends. And then they go, they're like, oh my god, why they went without me? That's everyone.
What I generally do is, okay then, fuck you, I'm just gonna go out with my camera. And I actually create art for some reason. It comes out in a meaningful way.
Dude, like I seriously respect you because even if it was me, I'd be like, okay, at least let me grab one friend and go. But then you go out alone, right?
Yeah. I call it, I have several traditions which I uphold ever since I was 14.
You want to reveal it to the world?
Oh, yeah, okay, so New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
Every New Year I do this one thing. Wherever I am, I will make sure I go to the terrace.
Sunrise.
No.
Okay.
It's, you know, like, it'll be like 11:40.
Yeah.
And I'll tell my mom, I want to enter the New Year's alone. My mom will be like, are you crazy? What are you trying? My mom thinks every idea of mine is crazy. It's like something's wrong with me, or like I'm demonically possessed. Maybe I am, whatever. I go to the terrace and I wait. I just remain silent, and like, you know how conversations when they're spontaneous, it's meaningful. Silence when it's spontaneous is also meaningful. I think that's the only way the only way you can truly meditate. I sit there, wherever I am. I look at the view and it's beautiful. It looks like Las Vegas or something. Just look at it. I'll tell you what happened this New Year. I was just looking at it. And I do this one thing where I put the most saddest song possible. You know? And really, when it hit 12, it hits me inside, you know? I'm like, look at all these people that are awake, all these people having another year. And, you know, each moment can be this precious, only if you look at it that way.
Yeah.
And I tend to cry such moments. Those are the only moments where I sort of tear up, where I'm overwhelmed by beauty and meaning. That's the only time. If it's not that, then I don't generally cry, you know. What moments do you cry usually?
I don't know. I haven't cried in a while. As weird as it sounds, I haven't.
I don't know. I feel like it gets, once you really cry it all out, you know, it's like, it's a form of catharsis.
It's like that one big trauma where you still, like, you might cry for days and days, but then if it's that big and like it lasts for that long, you're not gonna cry for a while.
I think people who cry for the same thing every day are just immature and they should get over it. But when you cry for like multiple things, you know,
when you ask, I did cry recently.
Yeah, see, there you go. You just don't remember because once you're done, you feel like it's a joyful experience.
I had like, I don't know if you call it a mental breakdown. I mean, I was just done with life.
Okay, maybe too many things in your life were complex.
Yeah, it was not complex. It was like a bunch of shit that happened like together. If it was one by one, I would be like, I'll sort it and I'll deal with it. But when shit comes together, that's when it's a big problem. You know, like when you prepare for something, like genuinely, like you give it your all, and then you fail in that. Not fail, I mean, you don't do well in it. Oh, that hurts.
That is actually, you know,
that was one reason. I've been left out by my friends like for a long time, and like that keeps on piling up. Like I can say that I'm okay with it, but then I still have that hope, like one day they might be like, oh man, we forgot about him, let's get him back, and then things will go back to normal. That and like all the other peer pressure, people come, like this is a constant shit like I deal with. People are like, they come up to me and then we start comparing. Like I don't know why.
Comparing? What do you mean?
Comparing grades, comparing things in life. Okay, if you're expensive, like, let's say your dad earns well.
Okay. Yeah.
You have iPhone. You have an iPhone. iPhone is the standard, right? Rich people have iPhones, sadly. And then you have an Android phone. Okay, that's the first comparison. It's like it's
Does
not.
it really bother you though? Does it really bother you?
I can say this to myself all I want, like it doesn't bother me. But then that's not the reason, right? Like it's not like I have an Android phone, I'm happy with my phone. It does pretty well. It does things iPhones can't. But then deep down the main reason even they keep on pointing out is you're poor. I mean, or you're middle class. I get compressed in between.
Really?
Yeah, I do face that. I mean, it doesn't come out much, but then when it comes out, it's like for something that's been pent up for long. And also another reason was I couldn't write.
You couldn't write. You had a block, I suppose.
Yeah, I just couldn't write. I usually write it in my notepad, then put it onto a picture and then do everything else. But then this one time I just couldn't write. And it was sad because I felt like I lost. It's like I'm Tobias, you meet me, okay? The chiller version of me is Toby, pretty much the same. Then there's TJ. That's the fighting writer. That's how.
That's a rebel inside your spirit, I suppose.
That's the TJ.
That's all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I felt like TJ left me.
Yeah, you just left, huh?
Yeah,
It's
like whenever I'm sad, whenever I'm angry, whenever I'm going through tough times, I call him. It was like that. And then like this one time I couldn't write. Like I actually felt sad because I couldn't call him. Like he was not there to deal with my shit.
I see. Wow. I feel like, I do this thing. I swear. Instead of calling someone and telling them what I'm going through, I don't know. I just don't work that way. I generally rely on writing it down, and I write and I write and I write down. Just I just don't stop. Sometimes I go on for 3 hours. Okay, and I've always noticed when too many things are going wrong, there is no narrative. Everything is wrong.
Everything is wrong.
How do you write? How can you write about everything? That's been my experience regarding this same thing. Everything is wrong. There's nothing to write about.
Like when you write for like 3 hours and all, does your hand hurt?
Here's a question. Do you think sometimes you should speak now? Okay, to a loved one. Say we're bothered about something. Okay, just say. Okay, say you're not included in a friend group.
Okay.
And these people actually matter to you. Sort of. Okay, you kind of care about their opinion, and it's very rarely do we care about. I mean, you might think you care. You actually only care about like two or three people.
2 or 3.
Probably your mom, probably your best friend, probably your crush or someone, your girlfriend, boyfriend. Okay, that's it. That's pretty much it. And the few haters, we do consider their opinion. It's not like people are always like, oh no, I don't care about my haters. Listen to them. They have something to tell you.
They have actually. If once you, I feel like as a creator, the one thing that'll stop you from growing is your ego.
Yeah.
If you feel like I'm the best, you're not gonna grow. You need to be like, I'm the best at what I do in my style, but there is still room for improvement. Like it's like you should be like, this is 99, this is 100, there's a gap here. I still have space to improve. Listen from your haters, and you should have a bullshit filter. You should know when shit is genuine and when it's real. And you should filter out the bullshit and take the real stuff.
So much room for improvement.
No one's perfect. No one's perfect.
No, that's the whole axiom for creating things, for wanting things, because you're not perfect where you are.
Yeah.
There's this philosophy that's been running through the philosophical vibe or whatever vine you would say, is you are perfect just as you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Just accept yourself for who you are, and you get these in birthday wishes also.
Yeah.
Stay the same. Don't change. Don't change. I'm always like behind my head. Really, if I say the same, stay the same, I'll be so miserable.
If you are still restless when you're 30 and have your own family, that's messed up.
If you're still restless.
If you're still like if you're still running around like a teenager, doing what you want to do.
Some people just never grow up, really.
Yeah, I mean, if someone is like that, like even when they're in their 30s, 40s, having kids, I mean, that's really, that's next level nonsense, to be honest. I mean, okay, if you are dealing, if you can pay for yourself and enjoy and do all the things that you want to do, and be satisfied with your life, good for you. But when a third person looks and like sees you like living a reckless life, okay, like with the family, no savings, nothing, and then they're gonna judge you. If you're fine with being judged like on a next harsh level, fine, good for you. But then at least to an extent you should be able to, change as the time goes. When people say like don't change, what they mean is don't change, but that's wrong.
But you cannot stay static. This is how I also used to think, you know what? Okay, I'm not being called, I'm not being liked by this girl, I'm not liked by these people, they all think I'm stupid and ridiculous. And fundamentally speaking, nothing's really happening to me. I'm still sitting in my sofa with my AC, food here. I'm okay. I'm okay here. I'm not okay in here. But what I'm telling myself is, accept yourself for who you are. That's how it is.
Nonsense.
But I curse
This is nonsense. You should never accept who you are.
I curse that idea. You know what's better?
What?
You know what's better? Become the person you could be.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Become the become the person you could. That makes so much sense.
You can be so many things.
I feel people don't try. I started the podcast. This is what a friend told me. We're like, what all will you do? What's wrong with you? Why can't you try? No, why can't someone try? It's gonna fail. Good. That means that won't work for you. Try another one. There is so many stuff that people can do, but no one does it.
Tell me one thing that you have tried and failed miserably.
Oh, I learned guitar.
Okay.
And
What?
it was,
Did you fail miserably?
yeah, I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I spent 6 months and I still don't remember the chords. I still don't. I just know, like, I remember this one because it was the first thing. It's like you strike 1 to 6 and 1 to 6 up, 1 to 6 downwards, 1 to 6 up. That's the first thing. That's the only thing I remember. I want to learn it now, but then now I don't have time. I mean, I know that's the wrong ideology, but then honestly, I'm too packed right now. I don't want to try like stuff that I honestly feel like it won't be useful for me. It might be useful for someone else, but like learning an instrument right now for me is not going to do me much good.
Yeah, there's no incentive, I think, for you.
Like,
in your vision of who you are, who you could be, the guitar just does not.
I mean, it would be a good element to have, like
Okay.
a life skill to have, but then I don't think so it'll do me any good right now, like where I am right now. I don't feel like I'm going to be a part of any band soon. I mean, maybe when I'm in college, but then let's see how that goes.
I mean, something that I tried and failed miserably was dancing.
Yeah.
Coincidentally speaking, I just don't move properly. Have you seen me walk? I can't even walk properly. For some people.
I feel like people, I've seen you walk, it's just you carry yourself in a different way.
Yeah, but look, dancing is all about letting yourself go. Really, it comes all down to this one thing that we keep on saying again: letting yourself go.
Lose yourself.
Holding on to this concept of yourself. I just don't let myself go a lot. Dancing requires you to just loosen up, and move with the music.
Yeah.
Have you ever danced without knowing any steps? You just dance because you wanted to dance. You know how freeing that is? How meaningful. It's a perfect layer of order and chaos.
You know how dance is for me? Dance is for me, it's like removing a mask.
There you go. You're removing a mask. You're actually removing
You're
a
like,
mask.
okay, I was someone else, like, until now, time to be myself. And I like remove the mask, and so there are times where I've danced, like I couldn't feel my feet, and like there's tears running through my eyes, like my arms are hurting, like it's like super. I switch off the ACs, it's like super crazy, but then I just can't stop dancing.
You know the thing about dance is it's the only thing where your whole body and your soul is involved. Somewhere deep in your being it comes out.
You know what separates like an average dancer to a better dancer?
What?
It's like an average dancer dances with the body. For a better dancer, he dances with the soul also. It's like this crazy idea.
You guys should just, I bet some of you have done this. When you're in the elevator and some music is going on, don't tell me never done.
Everyone has grooved. Everyone has grooved to the elevator music.
Everyone.
If you haven't, you're not human.
Not even elevator music. Just like, you're in an elevator, you're in a closed place.
You will start humming. You will start humming. I'm not kidding. If like there's a mirror and like you're going up and you can see the elevator go, you will at least do and you will just move your shoulders. It's human.
I have danced. Like I move, I come out and it's like.
Oh, don't dance in this elevator. The elevator will get stuck.
A personal question on like being stuck and this and that. Have you ever felt stuck within yourself? Not within yourself. Have you ever felt stuck to who you are? Sometimes I get this thing, am I really gonna be Deon for the rest of my life? Have you ever got that experience anytime? Like
I feel maybe, I guess.
I'm gonna be Tobias. Really, this physical body and whatever you think, whatever you do, this is who you're gonna, that again comes down to accepting yourself for who you are, that kind of thing. You feel stuck, you feel like you're too less of a segment.
Yeah, I've felt that a lot. As a dancer, like one of the key elements for you is music.
Okay.
And I've always wanted to grow in music, But then it's like me. I just told like 5 minutes ago. I just told like it wouldn't do me good. But then again, I've wanted to do it. It's just that it's a constant fight. Like, should I do it? Should I take the time and effort in learning it, or should I be like, just fuck it? You can.
Yeah.
And I've always faced that problem. I mean, like, what if I could have pursued music? Even in athletics, I mean, I don't do much sports. I mean, I feel like if I did like try out a sport and won something like in a younger age, maybe I would have taken that path. It's not like I'm not happy with where I am going through right now. I don't know where I'm headed. Okay, I might quit dancing. I might quit podcasting. No one can tell anything. I might be a musician also. You can't tell. Okay, I might be a full-time writer. I might quit writing. That's the journey of life.
That is really is. You just don't know where it goes. It's like you get to see.
I have this friend who constantly keeps on asking me about what the future holds. Okay, and we ruin the moments we are in. Like at the present, we ruin it thinking about the future, and that's one thing I hate. When you know why the present is called present? Because it is a present.
Oh yeah, Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, that hit me when I came.
I didn't get it at the time. I read it somewhere else. I was like, wait, what? This was in the movie. I mean, why do you stress about the future?
Well, it's fear. It's basic. Humans.
Yeah, I feel like
biologically speaking, your whole biology is pointed towards the future. Where you look is you point your eyes at certain things, yes or no, and you point at them because there's of some value.
Yeah.
Because they might fulfill some future need, maybe or maybe not, or presently they're valuable. Look, our whole this thing, since us humans are the only ones who are self-conscious. No animal knows about the future.
Yeah.
We're the only ones who have the idea of the future.
Yeah.
And therefore we are anxious about it because we don't know what's going to happen. That uncertainty is there. I mean, that's basic. Just. But yeah, then again, like, when else have you felt stuck?
I don't know. For me, it's more of a battle with myself. When I battle with myself, but if here's the original me, here's the one I'm fighting. This is based on others' opinion, which is not healthy. Okay, to a point, yeah, but then I don't have that. I don't have the block. Even like me, when I start thinking about something, I overthink. Okay, there's no limit to that.
Yeah.
And I feel like certain people, like especially the creators, those are the people who constantly go through this.
Yes. Oh God.
Once you start overthinking, you can't stop.
Yeah, you get this one thing. It'll remind you of something else. It goes on and on and on. It's called association.
There's no end.
There's no end. There's never.
There's always in my head, there's always a fight. Okay, and I think about the worst case scenario. There's always a fight.
What do you mean by fight? Now you've mentioned this several times, and I kind of get what you mean, but bring it out. What do you mean by fight?
I don't like who I am. I look in the mirror. Let's say as a creator and as a person who owns skills, I'm happy with who I am. I look in the mirror. I'm not happy with what I see. You get that?
Yes.
I don't like the way I dress. I don't like the way I walk. I don't like the way, like, even today, like someone sent me a message telling me to sit up straight. Okay, I mean, I did try. I was actually trying hard.
That's actually me. I tell that to my sister all the time. Like, stand up straight. What are you doing? And it's, you know why? I feel like people who tell others things to do is they have failed to do it personally.
Or they have struggled a lot with it.
I'm guilty of that. Have you noticed, like, the only people who are gonna tell you to stop smoking, who are like somewhere in there.
They know what it does to you.
No, somewhere in there they know that they might smoke also.
Oh yeah. It's also there.
Okay, all the opinions that you take into consideration, all let's just call them the haters. Really, I really don't think anyone genuinely has the time to hate anyone.
Yeah.
They're all in here, me. What
you know
think
who a
about
person
me.
actually hates?
Who?
Themselves.
There you go. And then look, this is basic psychology. Now let's just take an example of you mentioned in your previous podcast about gay people. We just insult.
Yeah.
No, not really. Just speaking, just to give an example. Now you meet a guy. Okay, he's let's just say he's gay.
Okay.
Okay. If you accept that part of yourself, if there's any homophobic tendencies within you, let's
Yeah.
just say, if you accept that part, you really don't care. Okay. Now, if the guy is homophobic, you have, sorry, not homophobic, sorry, if he's homosexual, if he's gay,
yeah.
you have gay tendencies, but you deny it constantly,
Deny it, yeah.
consistently, and you deny it. Then you'll project it outwards. That guy is the problem, not me.
Yeah.
Adam did that with Eve. We humans, right? We just point at others.
I think it was a long chain.
Yeah.
It just never stopped. Even
Never
now.
stops. You know, I'll blame you, you blame someone else, and eventually, you know, I'll end up to that serpent who gave the fruit, and
Yeah.
he'll just wink instead of blaming someone else. Let me ask you. Let's just say haters, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Do you take the responsibility of everything that you have failing and will fail to do? Like, you know, basically what I'm asking is everything your fault? Like, whatever happens to you, do you believe it's your, not fault, I would say, your responsibility? I tend to think it is in some ways. Yeah. Do you
You
think
feel
you're
it's
responsible for
my-
everything
yeah.
that happened to your life?
I don't blame. I mean, when people tell, okay, like this was wrong, like especially when it happens to me in group dance, okay, okay, and let's say we don't win anything, come back. I mean, before, like I tell this to the whole group every time before we go on stage, give it your all. What happens later is not in our control. Okay, I say it, I never mean it. This is I'm honestly telling you, if you're in charge of something,
Okay.
and it's a group of people,
Yeah.
you're gonna tell, just let it be, okay, let it be, it's fine, it's done now, okay, you can't do anything about it. Inside you're blaming yourself. No one blames it on me. Everyone's like, even like when we used to like for me continuously years we used to like not get prizes for group dance. There was that phase. And then people are like, chill, it's not your fault. Inside, I'm blaming it on me. The more you
God.
tell me,
Do
it's
you get
not,
this? Do you get this? It's okay. Oh
it's
God.
okay. It's not okay.
It's not okay. I cannot accept that horrible. Like, you know, if I do anything and it's not 100% soulful, whatever. New word, by the way.
You know, yeah. One more word to the
One more
dictionary. We should actually maintain it.
Yeah, we should. I make a lot of words. Anyways, tell me
What was I telling?
about, you know, it's okay when people say it's okay.
Yeah, I hate it when people tell it's okay, because the more you tell it to me, the more it's not okay for me. The more it eats me up. You know, when it gets super annoying is, let's say I'm packed with 3 things. Okay? 2 things go fantastic. 1 fails miserably, but that's the one I was hoping for to like, which would be the most successful out of the 3. Okay, that one goes not miserably, people like it, but then you don't get what you wanted. Okay? Let's say that happens. People come up to you and they're like, it's okay.
It's okay, yeah. It's okay.
You tell it to yourself. Yeah,
That's exactly
it's
like-
okay.
that's
It's
exactly
okay.
like saying-
The whole day it's fine. The whole day it's fine. When I like honestly speaking, when are you true to yourself? That one moment when you're true to yourself. When is that? I feel like everyone's true to themselves when they're in their bed.
When they're in their bed, huh?
When they close their eyes, and what happened throughout the day, when that comes, I feel like that's when people are like, that's when people start judging themselves. You can judge everyone all day. When you're gonna go to sleep, that's when you're gonna judge yourself. The more you judge others, the more you're gonna judge yourself.
And the only reason you judge others is because you judge yourself. That's
If
how it
I
works.
heard 10, it's okay. If I heard 10 of them in the morning, okay, I'm gonna cry for 10 hours. That's me, because I know, like, because I wanted to do better, but I was packed with 3 other things, okay, and like others would get it. If I told like I failed in this because of this, you would get it. My mind won't be able to accept it.
Yeah, how
Like,
could you?
Physically, I might be tired, but mentally, like all people have more energy mentally than physically. Okay, like they tell like I'm mentally destroyed. No, you're not. If you are mentally destroyed, you'll be dead. Even when we die, I think this is true. Even when we die, like our brain keeps on working for like I guess 2 hours.
It
You can
does, it
still
does.
see when you're dead.
It does, it
You can
does.
still see when you're
It
dead.
does.
Shit, what were we talking about?
About like how once you die, your body's
Yeah, yeah.
still the same.
Yeah, so people they say that they're mentally destroyed, but no one's mentally destroyed yet. If you were mentally destroyed, you would be dead, honestly.
I always think about this. My sister keeps saying, "Oh, I need," or "Oh, this is devastating. It destroyed me completely." When the only thing that happened is her headphones one side kind of broke down.
Yeah.
Like people use certain words and they have no idea how.
You know what's the
passing.
most like where you use it too much, where you don't know what's going on, what the word actually means. It's depression.
Oh God, depression.
You don't know what depression is. If you knew what it was, you wouldn't tell you're depressed. You would never tell you're depressed.
You know what people tell me? If I have this habit of really isolating myself. I keep that as a thing for me. If I'm just watching, if I'm just like in an elevation and I'm just watching the view, generally speaking, and if I'm not interacting with anyone, people are like, "Hey man, are you depressed?" Like,
No,
why are you
wait.
so
I want
depressed?
I want my own space.
I'm like,
Hey,
I'm
why don't
sorry,
you
I'm-
get that? Why don't people don't get that?
Because look, right now, I think most people's framework is you plus the people around you. If you are alone, bro, there's something wrong. It's
That's their ideology. But then if you're always surrounded by people, you'll never be you.
you really have to sacrifice.
Do you do
yourself.
this? Like, do you do this? Like, when you're alone, you don't care. But then when someone's around, you're like, you're conscious. You pull your tummy in.
I feel more lonely around people.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like, if it's not the right people, I don't feel involved in the moment. If I'm on my phone like constantly, it means either my mom or dad is calling, or I don't like the group.
Yeah. You're more self-conscious.
Clicking pictures, okay, I get that. But then if I'm constantly texting someone or I'm going through social media, if I'm going through social media in front of you, it means you're boring. It means I'm genuinely not interested in talking to you.
It's such an easy escape, isn't it? Here, my phone. I think people are, to be honest with phones, I think it can be used amazingly, but it's used as an escape.
Yeah.
You know, the glow of the screen is comforting me. That's all. It's just the glow of the screen. It can
like-
escape any situation.
It's
really.
like, it's the one thing keeping us alive right now. Even Mukhlis said that. Social media, especially. It started out as a side thing, and now it's the main thing. Either social media is going to be dead, or it's going to be the only thing keeping us alive.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was something that hit me. I was like, shit, this is true.
I'm telling you, this is crazy. My base. What are your base emotions, by the way? I want to know that. When you go throughout your month, what's that base emotion that bothers you? Is it not being included, or is it being lonely? Is it being stuck? Is it being? I'm not going to say the word depressed.
Be careful.
Yeah. Is it sadness? What is it? What is your thing? What's your base?
Right now, okay. And presently, the main emotion like I'm going through all the time is emptiness.
Emptiness.
That's why I did this. It's because I felt like unfulfilled and empty. Like I know, like people know me for who I am and all that, but then inside I'm like, no one really knows who you are. So I'm still discovering myself. I feel people still have a lot to discover in themselves.
No, but you think anyone knows himself really?
No one
That's
really.
why this is the thing I
one
follow. Listen to your haters, because that's where you're not looking.
Yeah.
They have something to tell you.
If you honestly wanna grow, listen to them.
Just like you said, have a filter. Really, have a filter. Don't take all because their opinions is
That's where people start.
very superficial.
Yeah.
It's considered. They take look. First of all, they're not really fully present at the moment. They see you out of context.
They don't know what's in your head at the time.
They have a contest in their brain, and it's not a crime. We all do it. You know, we barely
all
know.
guilty.
Yeah, we're all guilty. It's
I bet even you have done this. When someone walks by, you judge them.
Yeah, no, I'm just like,
Like, oh, that's.
I wonder what that guy is up to.
Yeah.
And then if I feel like he's doing better, then I'll be like, he's not good.
Yeah, so we are all guilty of judging people, just like your haters. We are all guilty of judging without knowing what all is going through.
You know what? I feel like some people want to be judged. I feel like people, you know what? I get this content. I get this. This is the first comment I get if I'm asking about an opinion about myself. I don't judge, okay, but like I don't judge. I'm not no one to judge. You can do
Okay,
you.
when you tell the statement, I don't judge, it's a clear,
Yeah,
clear,
that
you're
you
like
judge.
underlining that you judge.
But we do judge.
Yeah.
We really. I'll tell you why that we really need to be judged.
Please educate me.
Okay, listen. When you perform, when you perform on when you perform a dance performance, when you do anything, when you do your writing, and you post it on Instagram, you dance in front of an audience, you come back and they don't say anything.
Oh, that would be bad.
We are all doing the same thing in our daily lives.
Yeah. Now it makes sense.
Yes. And this is what exactly happens. Now the whole thing is, I don't judge. It's actually not that it's not some moral superiority. They just don't care about you.
Okay,
they're in here.
Yeah, it actually makes sense. Even like, imagine like a writing is relatable. People tell it's relatable. That means they already judged you. But in a good way. Like, it was good for them. Some people might like, I can't relate to this. That's the negative judging. So judging still happens. Wow, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense now.
People are so afraid. What? Like, listen. Okay.
You know what I tell myself?
Yeah. What?
Fear is only deep skin. No, shit.
Fear is only deep
shit, I messed that up.
Really?
Fear is only skin deep.
No. That's a new word now. The other one. Deep skin.
Okay. No, deep skinned. It's skin deep. What I mean is, imagine you get a cut, it heals. That should be fear. It should like hurt for a bit and then just go.
Yeah.
If you let fear hold you back, you're gonna fail.
And really, about the wound thing, don't hide your fucking wounds. You know why?
No, wait.
Have you seen when I just fell off a bus recently? I was about to die. Okay, I had like a big wound here, and I covered up with a bandage. For 3 or 4 days, it was still fresh because I was hiding it. The moment I removed the bandage and let the world see, speaking philosophically or whatever, okay, not philosophically, just speaking practically, yes,
yeah.
it started healing. It started solidifying. You know.
Like this is the same thing. Like when people are going through shit, talk to someone about it. No one knows why. It's the same reason. Once you're okay, like in yourself, like within yourself, once you're okay, like this happened to me, I'm okay with it. Once you say that to yourself, you start healing.
Yeah, Nietzsche said that you can test a man's character by his ability to accept the truth. What?
No, not just truth, oneself's truth.
No, yeah, there you go.
You can accept truth, but then if you're true, like if you can honestly accept who and what you are, that's where you'll start. That's where you'll be happier. Okay, you said you can't dance. You're okay with it?
Actually, to be honest, I don't.
You have accepted the fact that you can't dance.
At the end of the day,
I'm not talking about the Shah dance. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, okay?
You can judge me. That's the whole point. You can. Look, if you didn't judge me, then you know how when kids, if they're not paid attention to, they'll scream louder.
Yeah.
That's why if you don't judge me, then I'll start screaming louder, and then everyone will be like, "Oh, look, he's trying too much."
Okay, yeah.
That's what's happening. That's really what's happening. People feel like they're not even being paid attention to. We're humans. We like to be recognized, for God's sake.
You know what? People ask for judgment. They are begging people, please judge me. But when the honest judgment comes, that's the negativity. They're like, I can't take it. Why do you judge me?
Why do you judge me? It's inevitable. Come on, you need to. You know what's amazing? This is my criteria if you're a good person or not. By good, I don't mean you have good behaviors, all that. You're a good person means you have that integrity inside of you. If you exist, you will have some people who like you, some people who hate you. A person who does not exist has neither.
Read that.
If nobody hates you, you're doing something wrong. There you go. You need that. Because, look, if someone hates you, that means you are doing something. If you have no haters, you're not doing anything. That's a worse place to be. That's an even worse place to be because you exist as a person. Come on. It's the ability to see into places that one generally does not look at.
everyone.
I'm a
like,
sad person, let me tell you, and I kind of like holding to my sadness because
even
I
me,
see things.
like when I'm in a false mood, right? That's I know, like I can feel like when the vision's coming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know that sounds pretty
Sounds heroic to me.
I mean, yeah, but then I can feel the. By the way, Vision's dead.
Oh, he's dead?
Oh, you don't watch Infinity War?
Oh, yeah, obviously, yeah, boss. Yeah. Come on.
I mean, if you didn't watch it, then get out.
Yeah, I'll jump out the window. You should go to IKEA before that. I'll leave that.
I mean, I can feel it when like I'm getting that energy. Like I get that. You know what vision is? Vision for me is like negative energy, like what do you say, grinded and changed into something that others will understand.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can feel like the energy coming, and then at that time, if someone comes to fix my mood,
Mm-hmm.
I will get pissed off at you.
You'll get
I
pissed.
will lash at you, because when I'm in the mood to write, when that energy is coming, and you're like,
It's
"Hey,
okay.
it's okay, it's okay."
Just I don't want to be okay right now.
Yeah, and I run away from them. Like, to be honest,
Yeah.
if the moment I get like a good chance to, like, I get an excuse to go away from you, I will go away, because I can feel I want to write. I'm constantly trying to write more, because people, like, I feel like people are ready to consume. They don't know what the creators are going through.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one will ever understand what the mind of a creator has. But then I still feel like, at least work a little more harder for the consumers who are ready to, who are happily accepting your content with a K, and are giving their honest opinions about that. So like I constantly want to create more, okay? And sometimes like the mood is bad for like days. I'm not joking. Like for days, like the only time I'm happy is like when I get up, or like when I'm having food or something like that. Like that's the only time I'm actually happy. It's all the time I'm like having a grumpy face, and like
My mom pays me to smile sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom was making a big issue the other day, telling I'm not happy.
Yeah. Well, happiness is not the general state of people. That's a ridiculous idea.
I mean, why are people not happy? I
Okay.
never thought of that.
The times I have felt unhappy is because one, what I wanted to happen didn't happen. That's a very that's
I feel like everyone gets sad
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that.
that. But second, it's when everyone has this thing. I love that you mentioned it more about that TJ or whatever is coming. He's coming. It's really a conscious within ourselves. We look and there's a voice. There are many voices, and for me, there is this one particular voice who says, "What you're saying right now is stupid. Stop speaking." Who you're with.
That person has a name. Self-doubt.
Yeah, self-doubt. It's not even self-doubt. I feel like it's something else. It's your conscience, At the times I felt miserable, I've done some, like, my conscience is like, stop talking right now to this person and leave. Okay, right now, stop. But I go there like, okay, screw you. And then I start talking. I feel my whole spirit degrade and weaken. I went home that day and I took a belt and I whipped my back. I'm not even lying, because when you don't listen to your conscience, you feel that internal weakness. That's generally when I'm not happy, Like that's when unhappiness.
When you know it's wrong and you still do it.
Still do it. Yes, there you go.
I feel like everyone, I feel like a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah.
Because it's actually true.
Yeah. Look, you love someone, but you don't wanna say it. That's failing also. That's something like that. You wanna say something, but you don't because you're scared, but you wanna say it. There are so many things like that. No wonder we're feeling so shit all the time. Come on.
I feel as humans, all of us are to blame. As humans. I mean, again, it's the way we are created. The way we were created was good. But then we always wanted more and more.
Yeah, well.
It's the greed to be better than someone else. And then, and somewhere in between that, like, you doubt yourself. But why? Why do you doubt yourself? Because you feel like you're not good enough. For what? To be better than the other person. If you're okay with where you are, okay, like same with me, financially, okay, like, I don't know, I feel, this is just a fear of mine, like, what do you say, how do how do you put it in a way like where no one feels bad?
Go ahead. I mean, no. Say it in the way people might feel bad.
Okay, I don't feel like I don't. I feel like I don't have cash enough.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like financially, my dad is rich. It's not like, and he gets me the stuff I need. But then sometimes I want more. Okay, and like that makes me insecure because I see friends who are rich. Okay, I have friends who are more financially more better off.
Yeah.
Okay, and I want more of that. I want more cash.
Yeah, you want more
Who
things.
doesn't want more cash? Okay, this is why I'm taking cash because everyone wants more cash, and I'm not okay. But if I was ever to be okay, like, I mean, see, this is what your dad has. This is the maximum he can do. Okay, be happy with it and do like better, like do the best of your abilities with what he's giving you. If I'm still trying to accept that fact. If I accept that fact, I feel like I won't be greedy for more.
Yeah, at all.
I feel like people won't be greedy anymore because like you always want more so that you can show off in front of the other person. If you accept who you are, you will never want to show off. You have the, what do you say? Let's call it messed up version of you.
Okay.
Messed up version of you that clicks pictures and writes up weird stuff as captions. I don't find it weird. I mean, let's say that's the general opinion. Okay, that's the general opinion. If you're okay with that, that will be you all the time. When people meet you, you will be philosophical. That would be you all the time. But then you're not okay with being that. Because people are not okay with talking to... No one's okay talking to a crazy mind all the time. People want to talk to humans. And they think humans are all small talk. No, I don't like people who do small talk all the time.
I just cannot sustain a conversation about small talk for too long. Everyone's just like, stop, just what are you trying to do? I'm like, I'm trying to explore. I'm trying to travel the world. Not physically, but you. You're a thing that you are not a thing, sorry. You don't even know who. You're a phenomenon that can be traveled, and this is no joke, you know. When we meet someone and we get to know them, we're traveling them. We're voyaging the little corners that you hide, all the wounds that you just, shoo away and you just don't even look at them. All the things, you have a world in you, man.
Everyone has.
Really. And we come to ICSK, oh my god, ICSK. You come there and you just leave this whole thing behind. And you start becoming crazy and all that. Yes, fine, you're witty, you're nice, this thing, that. For me, whenever I'm like that, I go back and I'm just like, what was that? Really, what was that? It was just ridiculous. So, and that's my experience in that. We really do leave ourselves outside, don't we, when we interact with people?
We don't bring all of us.
We don't.
If there's 3 people of you, don't bring all of them. You just bring the one part of you that you feel others will like. That you feel others will like.
That you feel. Yeah, that's a good word. Yeah. You feel.
It's all about what you feel.
Really?
I feel like a bunch of people, if they get to know the real, like TJ. I call it TJ because that's not me. That's not who I'm going to bring to the table all the time. Because I'm still insecure with him. I'm still like, no, I mean, there are still parts of that you won't like.
That you cannot control.
Yeah, that once, if I lose myself into him, there's no coming back. So it's like I keep him locked up. I use him when I want him. It's that kind of a thing.
I'm glad you compartmentalized it that way because you kept him, you personified him, you know.
The moment you accept that one part of you that you're hiding.
Oh, wow.
I feel not just us, not just people, the whole world will be better. If you can actually accept who you are. I feel there won't be any more like criticism. The people will accept like what they see. No one will be like, do this.
Not even criticism is okay. It's just we can accept that we might fail at some things. We might.
If you are okay, if you're okay with failing, you're okay with everything else.
If you're okay with failing, damn it, who can stop you then? Who can stop you? Can I give an insight on this? On the thing that I think it hits deep within us as humans, not just students, not just teenagers, everyone, really. You know how, like if you're familiar with let's go back to some history and religious history for that matter, the first sin, we are generally told the first sin is disobedience. Okay? Religious people say that because Adam and Eve disobeyed, That's the fall of humanity. Philosophers say because they ate the fruit of knowledge. Yes,
yeah.
because if if you're aware of good and bad, you know where you're good and bad.
Yeah.
And thirdly, some people think the first sin is shame. We are ashamed. That's
no,
why
true.
we're
It's true.
ashamed.
Everyone's ashamed of who they actually are.
True, really. I am. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
What do we do about the shame? Shame is the reason that you're not saying something you need to. Shame is the reason why you're not asking the things you need to ask. Shame is the reason why you're not seeking the things you need to ask and knock. If you don't seek, knock and ask. It is shame, isn't it?
Yeah, it is shame. It comes down to that.
We can go and explore all the whole hidden side of humanity.
I feel people will appreciate you more now.
No, they won't. I'm telling you, they won't.
Why? Why do you feel like they won't?
I just feel that way. Like, really, when I think of a crowd, you don't really feel like, actually, there are no crowds. There are just individuals with their own history and all that. Okay, with their wonderful history. But I think we have a crowd within us. The idea of like how TJ is a thing within you, the crowd is also, like a crowd is literally within you,
Yeah.
It's it's natural force, you could say. And I don't feel like this message would be accepted because maybe throughout this conversation, I've been trying to be as honest as possible. Maybe I failed, but the more true it gets, the more illusions are gone away. And we all know how, if we speak in the most rational, critical way, reality is meaningless. Okay. The more it gets to the truth, the harder it cuts to the bone. Like, why would you listen to such things? Because you have to do something about it then. And tell me, would you rather do something about it, or would you just pull out your phone, watch some cat videos?
Yeah, I would definitely watch cat.
Yeah, cat videos, exactly.
Oh my god.
Cat videos are the thing.
Don't forget memes.
Yeah, and memes.
ICSK memes.
ICSK memes. I love that page, by the way. Keep it up.
Makes my day better.
Yeah, it makes my day better. Slightly, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Next time you're in a group and you don't like the people, just pull out ICSK memes.
Pull out ICSK memes, double tap a couple of their posts, laugh about it, show it to the people around you, they'll know you're not liking it.
Done. Yeah.
Just do that. They'll be like, look, we have a problem.
No. Now when you really don't want to be somewhere, just show them ICSK memes and done.
Yeah. Just tell that I was looking at this for like the past 10 minutes.
Yeah,
They will know what you're talking about.
Anyways.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.